So here we are with another CALMtown clock-in. It's exciting to be talking to this person who's very much involved in the life of St Ives and the town and cares a lot about the community. So can you introduce yourself for us?
Hello, my name is Jonathan Pallant. I'm a member of the Town Council and currently Deputy Mayor. And I live and work in St Ives.
Okay, so where are you right now?
So right now I'm in my my home office. This is my small little six square meters. That I seem to spend most of my time in. It's full of gadgets and toys you can see in the background. But I do my day job in here as well. At the moment.
I'm feeling quite jealous. It looks like the best playroom in the world.
I used to spend quite a lot of time in the Computer Museum in Cambridge at the Centre for Computing History. It's a fantastic place. I got a real thing at the moment for real nostalgia for old computers from the 80s and 90s. And one day I realized that just popping and visiting them in a museum wasn't enough. So a friend offered me a couple, and then I got another one, and then someone else offered me another one. So there's a Sega Mega Drive and a BBC Micro and Amstrad word processor and things in the background. So it's it was fun to come in here after a day of work and just muck around with the computers. But when you spend all day in here, you've had enough at the end of the day.
It's like colleagues in the office with you.
And, they're cranky and they go wrong all the time, and it's always something to be done.
Lovely. So we're all still in lockdown as we chat together this evening. So in terms of lockdown for you, has there been a highlight? We know there's been some difficult parts, but before we perhaps think about that, what's been a highlight?
I think for me it's getting to sit in on the community hub meetings and just experience all the fantastic work that people are doing around the town. Most of them are unpaid volunteers. They're just like, what, I want to make something better, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do something. And the community hub is that sort of place where people get together and talk about what they're doing. So things can be organised so we can understand what's going on in the town. So hearing from places like the food bank, who are doing marvellous work, and the time bank in terms of organising volunteers, and the people who work to put the town council's leaflet together, just trying to help people out. And it's just people coming together because they want to help. And it's that's been really special to take part in that and see what people have been doing.
Fantastic. We got our leaflet today, in fact.
Very good. I mean, this doesn't happen without an army of volunteers getting out there and doing their daily exercise and putting things through letterboxes, and the people who submit content, and the editors who put the time in, and the designers and so on. So there's a lot of work goes into something like that, and I'm glad people are finding it useful.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks for everybody who's done that. It is really appreciated to know that there's folks that are working hard for us as a town at this time. Please pass on mine, and I'm sure other people's thanks to the community hub for all they're doing. So
will do.
You've told us a little bit about your 6 square meters or whatever it is that you dwell in, but what does your routine look like? Apparently routine helps get us through in times like this. Have you developed one yet, or are you still working on it?
I think I've got a routine. I'm not sure it's ideal. I think it could probably be worked on. So normally probably the kids come and wake me up. I've got 2 little girls, Scarlett and Amelia. They'll wake me up at about 7 in the morning. Scarlett's getting a little bit older now. She's 9, so sometimes she just has a lie-in. But the little one, Amelia, she comes in and we'll give you a thump in the chest if you're not awake at 7 o'clock. And then it's a bit of a struggle to get out of bed these days. You sort of wake up and scroll through Twitter and Facebook for longer than you probably should, and go and have a cup of tea and some breakfast. Might take the girls out for a walk, or a bike ride in the morning. I found getting out doing some exercise, it sort of feels like the commute used to. So I used to, nice. Cycle over to the office, which is over near Waitrose, and it's sort of about 10 minutes on the bike, and that felt like a good start to the day. I found if I just roll out of bed and sit here without having had that sort of break, it becomes really hard to distinguish sort of work life and home life. So spend sort of 8 or 9 hours in here doing my day job. My wife's very good to me. She'll let me know when lunch is ready, pop outside, see the kids, have lunch in the garden maybe, and then normally wrap up sort of about 6 o'clock, and then crash on the sofa. It's pretty exhausted at that point.
Okay.
And that's it.
Have you discovered any new box sets, or are you going over old familiar friends, ones that you've watched before?
So for me, it's mainly actually documentaries on
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
There are a
Yeah.
lot of really good people on YouTube who do documentaries and short films about the sort of computers I have behind me. So yeah, really enjoy watching someone. For one example, a chap in Portland, he found a Commodore 64, an old computer from early 1980s that had been outside in a garden. They just found it outside. It was completely full of leaves and ants and rusted up. And he took it apart and he replaced the chips that needed replacing and he cleaned it up. And you know what? It turned on and it worked. So yeah, stuff like that. I actually watch very little regular TV these days. There's a lot of really interesting content out there from people who I guess not a lot different to this. They're just sat at home and they've got a hobby and they want to tell people about it. And yeah, I really enjoy that.
Yeah, fantastic. That's lovely. I got back from university to find my mum had given away my Commodore 64.
Oh
Isn't that
no.
outrageous? Yeah, that's...
Yeah, you don't want to know what they go for now on eBay.
25 years on and I've still not forgiven her. So
Yeah.
there you go. So you talked a little bit about your commute's not there anymore, but how does your job work in lockdown?
So I work at a company called 42 Technology. They're a product design firm. Yeah, just based in the business park, just near the roundabout near Waitrose. And my job is as an embedded software engineer. So I'm a computer programmer, but not for computers like laptops or mobile phones. I tend to work on sort of smaller things. I've got examples here. So that kind of little tiny circuit board, I write software for that. And all I really need is my laptop. So I can sit here, I can connect to the company network. I've got a pretty good stock of soldering irons and sort of test equipment and so on. So yeah, for me, my job carries on, pretty much as before, minus a lot of the interaction. I've worked with a bunch of really great people. I still do work with them. We just have to do it sort of via video and our regular online Friday night pub chats and things like that. So yeah, miss the people in the office. They're a good bunch.
Oh, well, I'm glad there's still work and things there for you, and you're able to be getting on and doing that. So yeah, thank you. So I know I've had a few wobbles during this lockdown. I think I'm doing okay, but there's those moments when suddenly I feel a bit of a wobble or a bit teary. Have you had any of those moments during lockdown?
So this has been really, really interesting. So I had some serious problems back in 2018. I had a bad time at work and some family things were going on and some council things. And I actually ended up being signed off work with depression for a while. And in the end of 2018, I quit my job. I just couldn't take it anymore. I got this new job at 42, sort of a new environment, much shorter commute. So that kind of recovery out of that depression has been long and steady, but I'm not out of it yet. But I think one of the side effects of that is I don't get sort of the up and downs that I used to have. So actually, quite a lot of the lockdown has just been, I'm quite lucky. I've got a great family. I've got food. I've got a nice house with a garden. By any measure, I'm doing pretty well. It's just, sometimes you just sit here and think, I've got a lot to be grateful for, but there's an awful lot I miss at the same time. And that could be quite difficult to balance sometimes, just to be in a sort of grateful for what you've got, but really unhappy with the way the world is at the moment. So that could be tough to deal with.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing so honestly, and a great bit of advice in that sense of reflecting on the things we're grateful for in the midst of where we feel things aren't as normal. There's still a lot that there is to be grateful for, isn't there? Yeah. Thank you. So what will be, this is the question that I'm really interested in. All your other answers are great as well, but I'm really interested in what will be the first thing that you do once all of this is over?
So I'm a man of simple pleasures. I don't drink alcohol, but I really do enjoy taking the family to the pub. Oh. So cannot wait to get down the pub for a pub lunch. We're blessed in St Ives. We've got a number of great establishments. The kids will always go for chicken nuggets and chips, or the youngest, Amelia, she always has pizza. You don't even have to ask it. Just don't bother with the menu. She's having pizza. Gluten-free cheeseburger and fries, some gluten-free onion rings, and a pint of Coke from a fountain. I have a thing about Coca-Cola from a soda fountain. I don't actually care whether it's Coke or Pepsi, despite the millions they spend on advertising. But there's just something about that really low grade, watered down stuff you get from a fountain that's just much better than out of a bottle for a can. So yeah, straight to the nearest pub for a Coke and a burger and chips, I think.
Oh, fantastic. I think as much as I feel for our publicans at the minute, I think they will have quite a few folks coming to knock down their door as soon as we're allowed out.
Yeah, I think they're going to need to be stocking up, because I think there's going to be a lot of thirsty people out there when they let us out, definitely.
Yeah, fantastic. So as someone who's so involved in the community, someone who will hopefully be the town mayor at some point, is there anything that you'd like to say to folks who might watch this in the town?
I just want to say thank you very much to everyone. You know, just getting up every day and surviving is an achievement, and that is something you should be proud of, because these are seriously strange times we're living in. I know it's easy to beat yourself up because you set a big homeschool agenda for the kids. You're like, yeah, I can be a primary school teacher and I'm going to print out all these sheets. But actually, if you just get through the day and the kids are still alive and they've been fed, then, you know, tick that box. That is job done. So yeah, hang in there. It's not going to be forever. You know, we're all looking out for each other. We're all thinking of each other. And we're gonna get there, and we could do this. We could do it together. So yeah, keep on keeping on, everyone.
Fantastic. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for your time, and for all that you're doing. I mean, I've only been to, I think, one of the hub meetings, but I know that you're there 3 times a week doing so much in the background. So grateful to you for the leadership you're showing for the town right now. So have a great evening, whatever you're up to.
You too.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, catch you again. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.